This is an intro. Who needs an intro? I don't need an intro. This is just a vape show. It's just a vape show. Vape show. This is an intro. Who needs an intro? I don't need an intro. This is just a vape show. It's just a vape show. Vape show.
YouTube, what is up? I'm your homeboy Josh, back at you, and today we're taking a look at the UD Tidus, the UD Tidus unification of design. It's a little vape pen is what it is. It's a starter kit vape pen for new vapors or for vapors who just really don't like high wattage vapes, really like low wattage vapes and mouth to lung vaping, okay? Although it does provide a decent straight to lung vape as well. Very decent straight to lung vape. But before we get into this review, I do want to take the time to remind you that we all have a part to play in the fight against Big Pharma, Big Tobacco, the FDA, and the deeming regulations that are looming over our heads. That means that if you're on social media, paint the best possible image of the vape community that you can. If you're a shop or a shop owner, remember to remind your customers that they need to get in this fight if they want to keep vaping. And follow all your calls to action, including those to support HR 2058 and the Cole Bishop Amendment. We all have a part to play. It comes in this very aesthetically pleasing package, and it's got some specs on the back as well. Tidus on the front. It's got some depictions of the device, which has a really interesting looking tank, which we'll go into momentarily. Inside the box, you have your fully assembled device. It's got a little plastic stopper on the top, and everything in here has little pull tabs, which I love. I think that's really cool because it makes it really easy when you're getting going just to use the pull tabs to get everything out. A little easier to get everything out the box and whatnot. Get plastics off the place a little bit, you know what I mean? It's just a nice little packaging thing that they have going on there. I dig that. USB charging cable, extra O-rings, an extra tank, and a couple of extra heads as well. These are 1.8 ohm coil heads. They're rated from 13 to 15 watts. Vertical coil, surrounded in cotton. Got some mesh up over top to prevent spitback. It's got 4 wicking holes on it, and it says UD on it, Unification of Design. The contact point in the coil head appears to be gold plated. It's got 4 little air hole intakes that meet up on one larger air hole intake. So it comes with some decent extras to get you started. Dig that. The device itself is a little bit interesting. The way it all breaks down and the way that you use the device. The way that you have to use the device. Vape's just like everything else. You've got your coil head, you've got your tank, you've got your fire button. And it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 clicks off, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 clicks on. Glows purple when you're turning it on, glows blue when you fire it. Just like that. That's all there is to that. The other thing about the device to keep in mind, it's proprietary. Everything's proprietary here. So you can't use your own topper, you can't use your own tank or anything like that. You can only use this device with this topper because the coil head, the area for the coil head, the base is actually built into the device itself. That's the only other thing to keep in mind. Everything else is actually pretty good. And the construction is really nice too. I actually really like the little windows on it, the design that they make. It kind of reminds me of the Tin Man for some reason. And what sets this device apart is the way in which it seeks to protect you and those you care about, mainly your kids. That's what really sets this device apart in my eyes, is child-proofing protections. I mean, I had to pull up the manual for this, to be honest with you guys. I had no idea what was going on. I was pretty frustrated with it at first, to be honest with you. And I had to whip out the manual and take a look inside and figure out the ins and outs of this device. This top here, right underneath the drip tip, it's very springy. Top of the tank, you sort of push it down and turn to open this thing. And the fill area is great. It's got for such a tiny tank, it's got a pretty massive fill area. I could fill from a dropper bottle no problem on the top fill with this. And this is no 22 millimeter device. This is something like 18 millimeters, something like that. It's like an ego battery is what it is. I'm not sure how they manage that, but the fill area is very generous. And your airflow system, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 air holes that you can adjust down to nothing. The airflow system also plays a role in security because to open it, you basically pull this thing down. The whole airflow ring is spring-loaded as well, and you pull it down, and then you can twist off the tank, but you can't do that until you pull that down there. That one was the most puzzling one for me. That one I really needed the manual. And in both these sections, the top and the bottom section, there's a little locking mechanism there. It's got 2 of them. I mean, that's a lot. And not just 2, but there's 3. You can also turn the side here and block off the fire button, so the fire button won't easily be triggered this way. Now that also reveals a charging port, but it's multi-purpose for more protection if you ask me. Can I fire it when it's like that? Yeah, but it's not easy. I need to get in there just the right angle. I'm going to venture a guess and say it's 2.5, 3 milliliters, something like that. So For the level of vaping that you're doing, for the low wattage vaping that's going on here, it's actually a pretty good tank, I want to say. Now, how's it vape is the question, right? Well, it's actually pretty good. Pretty good. One air hole open. At that, it's a mouth-to-lung style vape. The flavor is very, very good, believe it or not. Very good. For a pen style vape, it's very good flavor. That's 2 airflow holes open. I think at that point, it's a little bit more airflow. The flavor's still benefiting from it. 3 airflow holes open. About the same, honestly. All the way open, it's just straight to lung vape. Decent vapor production for a pen style vape, I gotta say. Is it something that I can vape all the time? No. Is it something that I'm going to vape past today? Probably not. But for the new vapor out there, for someone that really likes low wattage vaping and wants something that's similar to the feel of a cigarette when they're putting it to their lips, when they're taking a pull on it, with the amount of vape that they're experiencing, with the amount of flavor, with the restrictive style draw, it's pretty good. There's definitely a lot of features on here that someone that's very safety conscious would probably like. Now, me, I don't have any kids. I don't have anyone that's going in here and trying to get into my e-juice, so I don't have anything to worry about with that. So that all that stuff just kind of annoys me on this device, personally. But I guess for someone that is coming from cigarettes into vaping and wants a healthier alternative to cigarettes, but is really, really worried about their kids getting into their device. You know, they watched a lot of the news stories out there, and they're worried coming from having seen all the propaganda out there from the media and has some concerns about their children, but still wants to pursue vaping because they feel like it's going to be a safer alternative, even though the media propaganda is, I'm just gonna stop. I'm just gonna stop. I'm gonna look at the device for what it is. It's pen style vape with safety protections. I'm going to ignore that this is a product of the media, and I'm going to say that someone that has those concerns about safety could enjoy this. That's what I'm going to say, because I have mixed feelings about it. I do, and I'm going to go more in depth. I don't like that this is what it's come to, that the media has pushed us to the point where we're seeing devices that have all these annoying safety protections on the device that I need a manual to figure out how to use. I can't just pick it up and vape it. I don't like that we're in that place. What I do like is that there's a starter kit out there that caters to people that are concerned about those things. So those people that are concerned about it, still want to pick up vaping, can do that. That's what I like. And it's a good vape too. It is. I just don't know if vapes necessarily need all these safety protections. I mean, I don't want to feel like I'm opening a pharmacy bottle when I'm filling my juice. Yeah. The Tidus by UD. Vape on, vapers.